Hey everyone, Joshua Hanlon here. Today we're taking a look at an incredible LEGO kind of post-apocalyptic city, Cyberpunk City. This is very much inspired by the NeoSheaga type builds that we've covered here on the channel over the years. So I've got one of the builders with me. If you want to tell us your name and then tell us about kind of the story and what's happening here in the build.
Yeah, sure. My name is Patrick Bégin. I'm a manager of KLOG, the log that currently support the entire province of Quebec City. I'm also a land ambassador, as you are. And so the backstory here is obviously we're heavily inspired by NeoSheaga. So it's kind of in a certain distant future, Montreal was overwhelmed with water, and all the businesses and the homes were raised up in some of those 32 by 32 cubes. Well, like NeoSheaga. Okay, so yes, and there are certain landmark on the MOC where you see part of of Montreal. Our creation is called NeoSheaga, and it's kind of a root word of Montreal by the First Nation when they established their first campground on the Montreal Island. So this is kind of the backstory. So that's NeoSheaga, New Montreal.
There we go. We can start with this section right here then. So take us through kind of starting at the top. What is in this section? What are the buildings?
Okay. So that part is made by Jean-Philippe Leroux. So basically, he recreated some iconic businesses that we could find downtown Montreal. So IGA, I don't know, well, it's a known grocery store brand in Quebec you've got all those magnificent needs to eat. So this is where they would find all their food. So to move between the level, he did a nice stairs, so minifig can move around, and you've got a nice restaurant down there, so those Montrealers would probably recognize it. He did a great job at the lower level where you've got some ventilation going on, so it's all those are quite fine-tuned.
Yes, yeah, and even just the kind of flowers and vegetation all around.
Yeah. So it's jam-packed with stories, and so this is Jean-Philippe contribution. He was actually the first person who produced a creation for NeoSheaga, because we started it back in 2023. So we participated in those LEGO purchase programs, and we got some nice bunch of bricks. So we began with that, and then Jean-Philippe was the first one to produce something. So
fantastic. So we'll move over to these buildings here then. Tell us about these towers here.
Sure. So that one is a building produced by Les Fouch. Those persons are a couple who they do many creation between both of them. Both of them are teachers, and so they do nice things. So this is their first contribution. They only have one cube for the MOC, and I think it is a fire station. I'm not sure, so I don't have any backstory for it. Sorry. And here we've got a creation made by Yves. Yves has done that part. He recreated some historical Victorian houses that we could find in the Montreal area. And so actually Yves didn't have enough brick to make any of it. So he basically recreated what he wanted to do within studio, and he purchased all the bricks and he produced those within that time period. So kudos to him.
It's very unique to see kind of Victorian houses stacked up like this in this type of a layout.
So we tried to do a creation that was more utopian instead of not it's obviously post-apocalyptic, but less dark maybe than NeoSheaga. So that's why you will find specific things that you might find in Montreal.
Yeah. And then next we have the tallest section here. So what's happening over here?
Yeah. It's too bad because there are some part of it where the lights are not turned on yet. He had a problem, and Matthew, which is the creator for all this, he will be here tomorrow, and I feel that is the most inspired from NeoSheaga, because you find the same vibe that you could find in NeoSheaga. So he recreated the REM, which is a train running in Montreal, which has a long story of not being reliable. But he did a great job of showing that. Here you will find just on the bottom of over here, it's Orange Julep, which is a famous restaurant in the Montreal area, where you obviously could get some nice orange juice, but you see the water overwhelm it, so that's what you find here. So if we continue.
What about these buildings up here?
Well, actually here he tried to recreate something with a color gradient, so I feel he did a great job. I know also he did all the LED work himself, so he didn't use those kits you might find in China or so on. So he soldered all the LED himself, choosing the right resistor to have the right intensity. So I think he did a great job.
The
here.
lighting is all custom. That's very cool.
Yes, exactly. So you will find a restaurant, and the entry for the REM, actually it's a recreation of a metro entrance that you will find in Montreal, but also it was given by the Paris Underground. So you might find it in downtown Montreal. So he added a nice touch of producing it for.
Some very unique parts here in this section too. Very unique parts there.
Yeah, well, those are probably made from. I don't remember the name, but.
It's like Scala or one of those types of themes.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know the behind story, but yes, like in NeoSheaga, actually, he used specific colors, as you can see over there, kind of a flesh color. So he did a great job. He used a lot of vibrant yellow color. So under UV light, those are great. So.
I love the nice balconies, the nice balconies here on this building.
Yeah, actually, well, those are kind of nice recreation of metallic fences. So yes, he made a great choice. As you can, if you film the whole creation, you'll see that those are the tallest towers we've got in NeoSheaga.
So now we can continue around to the other side here. So what's in this section next door?
Hi, I'm Francis. So this is my part. So I went with, I first started with baseball. Montreal, for me, it's food and baseball. So I was not able to build an entire field. So what I did on the other side, I did top ball. So we used to have top golf, so I do top ball. So it's a driving range. And so people hang out there. So it's all about baseball. So I went to Montreal Olympic Stadium in Montreal, the white, the bleachers, the color of the seat. So everything's come from the baseball. And I used to have the old park, the Parc Jarry, which is right here. The
fencing?
The fencing, yes, this has come from this. And next, the other level is about restaurant, food. This is what I love. My friend Juan introduced me to good food in Montreal, Chinatown, Joe Beef. If you look at this, you can recognize, people can see like, oh yeah, I might been there before. Yeah. I like to pack people, and the yellow cone, the yellow pine cone. So it's everywhere in Montreal, so I put them everywhere in the build. What else?
I love the archway here too.
So I went to I look at the arch from the Chinatown and try to, as much as I could, be the better arch I could do. So, and this is hotel, Hilton Hotel. We have two on the other side, the Mountain Equipment Co-op, which is a brand camping equipment that we have in Canada. And I top it with a school because I think school is important in the society. So kids have to learn to grow up and be better. So I built a school for it with garden and everything tried to be like sustainable. So they collect water because it's post-apocalyptic. They collect water to fill all the plant around, water the plant all around the place.
Yeah. What is happening down here?
So because Montreal is sunk. So they took the subway. So this is a subway entrance. So people have to go to get their helmet, their air tank,
scuba gear.
Yeah. You can see here. There's a guys with the suitcase that are trying to go to work. And on the other side is the ramp to get the boat to access to the bleachers there. So it's more like a kind of party. You can rent like Christmas. Santa Claus, they rent a section, so it's the end of the holiday, so they start their gift season, so they just got there. End of soccer season, so yeah.
I love that there are traffic cones everywhere.
Everywhere. It's Montreal. You have to. Yeah, there's so much. You have to pack somewhere too. Yeah.
Very fun design here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Coming back over here then.
Yes. So what we're seeing here is actually my section. So I'm from Quebec City, so almost 200 kilometers from here. So I recreated some businesses that I see in my city. My concept is still not finished because at the top of we can find the industrial section of my creation, Gestivaire. Well, actually, green management. I kind of wanted to do a darker or sinister theme to it because it treats all the garbages. But it will also produce food for the store downstairs. So obviously, Green Soylent was an inspiration for me. Maybe later we'll see on the side of it, the Montreal Canadiens actually successfully reconquered the Stanley Cup after many years. So I've got billboards showing different kind of businesses. In the front of it, I've got a gab where you can purchase your own tickets. It's actually a nice board with a nice P32 processor on it where we can show some images of tickets to be purchased. Downstairs, well, that's kind of my red district, so it's not kid friendly, but basically you will find that. I also use a lot of vibrant yellow color, so under UV light we can see the reflection of the light as this kind of plant or sculpture. It very pops under UV light. That's very nice. And the owner of my business stay in the big house over there, so he was able to purchase a nice house, so that's where he live. And in Montreal, we're known for having Cône Orange, which is actually all those small white and orange for showing construction. So you might see some of them throughout the MOC, throughout NeoSheaga. So we've got, obviously, since we're a bit of a more utopian society, we've got a lot of bicycle and e-bike to move around the creation. Just beside it, Francis could maybe speak about.
So this is the Life of Space or the Biodome at Montreal. We have some space for each climate. The tropical here with the bird and the monkey. The On the other side, we have the insectarium with some spider and bug on the top. Yeah. And just under, we have the polar zone with the penguins who pass with some umbrage. On the top, we have the botanic garden at Montreal. And on the other side, we have the Saint Laurent zone with the under and the top. We have some Easter egg, Pirates des Caraïbes, Pirate of the Caribbean, the Teenage Mutant Ninja, and some we have Shredder on the other side. And on the front, we have the top of the Olympic Stadium. And that's it. It's my section. And
Yeah. And I love how you did the movement and you kind of just seen the shadow in there.
Yeah, it's just a chain with the penguins with a satin panel with another rock panel translucid, and the light do all the work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very good work.
Thanks.
So how many total builders were involved?
We're 7 builders
Okay.
as of today. So depending on the last few show we did, well, we gathered some new creators, so hopefully we'll grow it bigger than this year.
Yes, I look forward to seeing more in the future, but I love how you've represented different cities here in Quebec. I think that's really neat. So great work here. Thank you.
Yeah, we basically use French everywhere instead of using Asian writing like NeoSheaga. So that's our specific.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joshua.